Hey guys, Tom here, the amidst. Welcome back to the channel. We're getting back into some Reacher today. We're into episode 6, Papier. Paper. I guess it's about the paper that the counterfeit money's been printed on and the process. And I reckon it's got to do with the animal feed because it just keeps coming back around, so it's more than just a joke in the show. So obviously, last episode they went in and did the investigation on that town that all the waste had come through and ruined the river. And then they found out that that was somehow related to Joe's investigations as well, and then of course they had the two cops. Obviously, one of them was reached out to by Kleiner or someone in that group, shot the other cop dead, drove them to the river, died anyway. What a waste of time. So his family's like not really that safe anyway, so it was all just a waste of time. Interesting to see Neely's character. She's got a cool character, having the same background as Reacher and being tough and capable. Like to see a bit more about her character. Interesting, the no-touch thing. That's like quite a specific detail to put into a character that's just a support character. But I guess it does add a bit of depth to that character and to the show. At the end, of course, then Finley on his mission to try and break in and get some dirt on Kleiner. It looked like he'd got a Colombian necktie sort of thing happening. So, that's interesting because I would have thought he's the baddie, the big baddie. And they definitely set him up to look like the big baddie. There's a lot to figure out in just a couple of episodes. So anyway, guys, let's get straight in, see what it's all about.
That's a Venezuelan butterfly cut. You effectively drowned in your own blood.
Kleiner must have had someone in Venezuela.
Someone
That's
with
true.
enough juice to take out the person we thought was the boss. When was the last time you were on a stakeout? Change in leadership can result in mistakes.
We'll need a car, and your Bentley isn't subtle.
I'll take care
That Bentley's a beast, though.
The dung has officially hit the fan.
of it. Just cursed.
The dung has officially hit the fan. Oh, I love it.
I want all citizen volunteers working the phones. Stevenson, try and drum up some of that Google satellite shit. Hey, Baker, let's prepare a statement.
He may be a jerk, but you gotta love his character.
Information gathering stages that Secretary discovered him this morning.
Still think my dad's guilty, you piece of shit! Easy. You fucking hands off me!
I knew he's got some fire in him.
Sean, I'm sorry for your loss, KJ.
Fuck you, carpetbagger.
Oh,
Don't get in my office. And then hold off going to the crime scene just yet.
I'm sorry, did you just tell your chief detective to wait for a crime scene to go cold?
You don't have a lot of goodwill around here right now. I'll call you back in the game soon enough.
wow. He's got such a condescending tone about him.
It's quite a vehicle.
Just need the windows tinted.
At least.
I guess I'll need a loaner then.
It ain't a Bentley, but it'll get you from A to B.
It's perfect cover.
It's perfect.
How'd you do it, Mr. Mosley?
My family's been here longer than the Kleiners, longer than the Teals, and just as long as Ms. Roscoe's kin.
Right.
Question ain't why I'm still here. It's why you ever came here in the first place.
Reacher asked me the same thing.
There's Reacher right there in the cover.
Same as I'm gonna tell you.
None of your business.
Know your business.
Next time, bring me Romans.
But I brought some backup.
Roscoe. Good backup.
Oh, a little piece of Margrave. Keeping him busy for now. They're scared.
This place was used for a mob witness once. Good alarm system, but use your instincts. I'll be in touch in a couple of days. So what are the rules?
Thank you. Both locks. No lights when we're sleeping. And don't use the fireplace.
Good job.
Thank you for everything you've done.
Definitely been very methodical about his protection.
Beef jerky.
Protein, iron, zinc. Nearly introduced me to the good stuff. We served together in the 110th.
So she's a friend. Why can't you call her that?
I call her Neely. Army let me put together my own special investigations unit. Pentagon thought it would fail, which is why they put me in charge.
Where are the rest of them?
No idea.
You weren't close.
Very close. That's when I was in the Army.
And now?
He's not in the army.
I'm not in the Army.
How do you let go of people so easily?
You're one to talk. I've seen trees lose rings faster than you.
My wife's dead. All I told you was her name was Sharon.
Well, why didn't you correct me?
I don't correct anyone. Everyone just assumes a man like me.
Pain in the ass.
They just figure she walked out on me.
That's what I thought.
Is that why you left Boston?
Every restaurant, every stop on the T.
That's tough.
A reminder of how I failed her. Now I pay a mobile bill each month so I could hear her on the voicemail.
I know a lot of people that do that when they
Go
lose
to
their
the
loved
smoke
ones.
shop when you're trying to quit smoking. It's also
Just penance.
penance
Yeah.
for not being able to save your wife. Well, that's stupid. And if you really think that, you're stupid.
Fuck you.
No pity from Reacher.
I like it when you curse. You should do that more often.
They're quite a cool team up. Oh, that's a little angry man. Yeah, yeah.
Buyers want their counterfeit cash.
You two, brush your teeth, and maybe we can play another game. I miss their dad.
I lost my dad when I was a kid, too. Him and my mom both. My Meemaw would read me Harry Potter. I'd lie to myself and pretend that my parents were wizards.
And you wanted to be like them. What's going on?
Get the girl's shoes on and wait by the
Been found.
door. You hear me yell? You take off for the woods and don't stop running.
So no one knows where they're apart from that cop.
You have to hang back further than a normal tail.
My distance is perfect. So just sit there and wear your suit.
Come on, I can't take another bull song.
This is T-Bone Walker. Come on, Finley.
Here we go.
Classic.
Best opening to any rock song ever.
Ah, she's got no kit. Oh, of course, they didn't have time to get kit. But if she was going up there to do that job, I would have thought she'd take kit with her. Way up there in the car, they hid the one twig. They're pretty good. Oh, no. Yell out in the direction so now they know where the kids and the wife are. I mean, you wouldn't run like that in the clear with someone that's got a gun.
Get down in the brush.
Should have had an exit plan sorted already. Should have gone and scoped that out.
Do it. Meet me at the first mile mark you come to. Hide.
I like this though. I like that it's quite realistic. As if she really had just come on site to take care of them. Although, I mean, she's a cop, so even a normal cop would have done a recce and had an exit strategy, had an exit path. Oh. Oh, she's good. She's got a bit of Hunter in her, hasn't she? Quick foot on him. That was a good scene to sort of show that she's got more abilities than just as a cop in the town.
Let's do this.
Lightweight kind of plastic or vinyl roof. Keep the weight of the trucks down. Angry Man's coming. Well, Angry Man's pretty confident. I wonder if he's like KJ. I wonder if he has his own skill set that we just haven't seen yet. Certainly does alright in that suit of his. And those shoes aren't very quiet on when you're on the concrete either. You've sort of got to turn your attention off, because even just the thought that you're putting out there when you're in that situation hiding, people can pick up on that just intuitively. Should have exited the back of the truck, dude. Gone lower and stayed underneath.
Truck's empty.
Ah.
We got it wrong. He wasn't shipping money out. So we talked to the people who were helping Joe.
I honestly don't even know how to say this. Professor Bryant was killed this morning.
Killed.
He was mugged. I was here working our paper through the night.
My condolences.
Thank you. I have to go.
Oh, that's so sad.
Fast.
So they didn't get to both.
That's whoever it is miles ahead of them, steps ahead of them.
Professor Castillo, you are working with my brother Joe. Now do everything I'm about to tell you if you still want to be alive by the time I get there.
Putting it bluntly.
It's safe. They won't be coming after us.
Girls, come on, it's okay.
Took both of them out. Nice.
We twisted our ankle. We'll hike through tree line, stay hidden.
Perfect. Okay, she has got some skill.
That ankle good.
And common
for
sense.
you. Who's tougher than the Hubble ladies?
No one.
Nobody. That is damn right. Let's move.
Yeah, probably wouldn't have gotten this past TSA.
If you reach out to Picard, see how everyone's holding up.
Picard, I reckon Picard dobbed them in. Gave up their position.
Adrenaline like that knocks you right out.
Mm.
Paul left his job at Access Financial over a year ago.
She's not surprised.
I have known
Right.
exactly where my husband has been working.
You said you didn't know anything.
I was protecting my family. But since we were just shot at in a forest, I'd say that ship has sailed. Mr. Kleiner wanted to meet Paul.
Consequently, I deal with suppliers and vendors who offer me favorable terms if I can operate in cash. I need expertise moving hard currency around as a way to ensure those favorable terms. I got a big client in Venezuela. Why don't you come down with me next week? 2 weeks' pay.
Wow.
1 day's work.
Be very hard to resist.
Paul never should have gone to Venezuela.
You were able to move that much currency in just a few hours? Can you send those transfer confirmations to me? I'll pay you 4 times your current salary plus a 50% year-end kicker. You know, my client wants to meet you. It's about a half-mile walk to his horse farm.
All right, so that's the seduction part of the interview and recruitment.
It's all racehorses. Racing and training and training and racing. And then, one day, they're locked in a stall and they revolt. They bite, they gnaw, they date. One day, they just stop.
You get accustomed to it.
Because they accept that they're trapped.
Right, so this is a metaphor.
They realize that their new life isn't that bad. That money that you moved today, you helped me launder millions in illegal tender, and then you sent me the evidence. You
Wow.
are in this now.
This guy is smart.
You're looking at 30 years minimum for what you did today. I'm going to protect you from yourself.
Then lock him in there for a bit.
Leave you in here for a while.
Yeah. Wow. It's actually quite intimidating just because of how cleanly it was done. Had to go from top of the food chain to the bottom over one lunch transaction. Alright, this is the example.
This is what happens to you and your family if you don't do what you are told.
You see a man crucified and castrated in front of you. Paul did what he was told, and they killed him anyway. I can't let them be next.
I will not let that happen.
I reckon this guy's like been brought off or something.
Found us.
It seems almost like Picard's the lead.
Tone mituni beri furuka. Boya chanterire hamanja sab kone baba adanan hayulara bebediba loyasha.
Yes, sir.
He spent time in the Middle East, you fool.
Okay.
At least he wasn't saying anything bad.
I need a suit.
You want to park it square?
Wow. They've got people everywhere. Sloppy. Sloppy. Sharp.
I'm here to see my client, Stephanie Castillo. I believe she's under your protection. I promise, Sergeant Diaz. I'll fill you in after she and I speak.
Wow. There really was something in the water at that Reacher house, huh? But Joe contacted me and Professor Bryant. We were the only 2 academics in the U.S. specializing in the mass undetectable counterfeiting.
So where's all that cash?
Underground economies. Drugs, arms, human trafficking. We have the most stable currency on the planet. The U.S. 100 is the holy grail of counterfeiters. Strips, holograms, specific dyes. Key is the paper. Now, Joe, he made it impossible to get that paper.
Right.
However, Joe discovered superbills were being manufactured somehow anyway. He thought it was taking place somewhere in Georgia.
They're not making money in Venezuela and shipping out to the U.S. They're making money in the U.S. and shipping out to Venezuela.
You find out where they're getting the paper to do it, and you will stop whatever Joe is trying to stop. How are you going to take down whoever's doing this?
Painfully. What branch of the military were you in? Pants, military hem, cuff sleeves extended exactly to the center of your wristband.
First Lieutenant.
Major Jack Reacher. My brother, Joe Reacher, worked in Secret Service. You can look him up. You can look me up, too. Check my record. You'll see I'm not one to waste time or make up stories. That woman in there's in danger. I need you to make sure she's protected. It needs to be off the books. It needs to be quiet. I can count on you, Diaz.
So, yes, sir.
Army Brotherhood. Nice. Where's this guy that was watching? He's moving. Wow. Oh. Bikram will do some damage. Break some arms in there. Just hand through it. Yeah, perfect. Nice. Lock it up, break it. Yeah, yeah. Nice. I love the combat in this. Oh, shit. He's just hanging his whole weight on him. Love the shot. Oh, that was a really awesome episode. I really like the flow of it. I love the way that they're sort of really moving through really what would be quite big action sequences. You know, you had the chase scene, the assassins had got to Roscoe's location, to the safe house, and I'm pretty sure that Picard has given up that position because no one else knew. And it was pretty cool watching Roscoe's character be able to, it looked like she wasn't very well prepared. She hadn't done a recce on the place. She didn't have the escape plan sorted. You know, she hadn't gone and had a look. I mean, these are basic things you do going into a threat situation. You'd look at the lay of the whole place and look at your entry points, exit points, any threat areas, all that kind of stuff. You just do that because that's just standard. So it sort of made it look like she was a little incompetent that way, just more like a small town cop. But then once she got into the nitty gritty and took those two guys out, the way she did it was really, really, well done. It hinted at a bit more of a skill set than just a small town cop. Especially when the firing started in the dark, in the forest, because she shot the tree, shrapnel ricocheted, dropped the guy to the ground. I would have thought she'd just put a couple in him just to be sure, but she waited for the device to go off, which I'm not sure if she even realized the device was going off. And of course, watching Reacher go through his process, the little interaction between him and Finley is always funny to watch. You've got two different dry personalities going at it and having this back and forth banter. It's really quite funny to listen to. Interesting in the way that Reacher really started to cut to the chase by the time he spoke to the professor and just said, blah, 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 do this if you want to be alive in the morning. And obviously she went and did it straight away. So that was pretty cool to see the way he walked in and automatically was able to pinpoint who's actually worth talking to and not in the precinct there. And cool to see that sort of military brotherhood thing coming into play there at the end as well. And of course, the funniest part, the guy that was watching the professor and watching the precinct comes after Reacher, and he has that pretty quick and brutal fight. It was really well done. He moved really fast up over the fence and then up onto the landing. And I loved as soon as I saw him grab that bicycle wheel, that's always perfect to try and get someone's arm caught through. And he can just turn the rim actually, and just break that arm. So it's really cool to see these things put into the combat. It makes it more interesting to watch if you've got some experience with that kind of stuff. It makes a lot of sense. It's neat to see it come in to the show and add that realism rather than all the Hollywood sort of big movement stuff. You can do so much effective damage just with small movements if you know what you're doing. And it's always good when you see that in the combat. But, probably the funniest point for me was at the very end. He's hanging on the guy, and eventually the guy checks out, and then he just drops to the landing and walks off. It's absolutely brilliant. I love the way he just sort of mows through everything and then just keeps on cruising like it's not a thing. I love that. But yeah, excellent. Another excellent episode, guys. Really enjoyed it. As usual, thanks for joining me, guys, and let me know in the comments below what your thoughts were on this episode. Anything I missed, any hints, tips, anything at all. Always appreciate it. Appreciate your support. Please give this a thumbs up for me as well. Your support of my channel means a lot to me and helps me keep doing this. And hopefully we can get a lot more content out for you soon. But that's going to be it for me for this video, guys. So I'm out, and until the next one, take it easy.